Hello my fellow felines, this is KittyCatPWYarn here, and welcome to another speed build. And today we are building a house for my PWY Save, and today this house is for a family of 2 and a little kitty cat. Their creative sim should be going up relatively soon, but for now here is their house, which ends up being very cute. It ends up being a 1-bedroom or 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom house with a little bit of an entertaining space in the back and plenty of stuff for their cat. This house comes in at about 25,000 simoleons. You may have noticed that in the beginning I did start them out with a budget of I think 28,000, and if you've been kind of following along, there are some houses for my PWY Save I'm giving budgets to and others I'm not. And now I think I'm going to explain that because I haven't yet, but I do promise you that there is a method to my madness. And that method is I'm just kind of trying to read the households as I make them and figure out whether or not they would have disposable income. And if the household would have disposable income, then I'm not putting a budget on their build, or I'm putting like a very loose budget. And if I think the family doesn't have much disposable income, that's when I'm putting a budget on their house. And that's what I did here, mostly because the dad is raising his daughter all by himself, maybe with help from his parents, but still obviously not an ideal situation. And when I say that, I mean I might end up putting his parents or like a sister or something in the world, because if you don't know, I have been trying to integrate different people and different families throughout all the worlds in my save, because I just like it when there's lots of storyline between families and things like that. And you may notice once we get there that the daughter's room is kind of more fleshed out and more decorated than anywhere else in the house. And I definitely did do that on purpose, because I imagine that this guy just wants to give his daughter everything and anything that she wants. So he tries to do that to the best of his ability with his limited income that I imagine he has. But he tries to give her everything she wants, and that's why her room is so much more decorated and so much more full than basically anywhere else in the house. So, yeah, I thought I would explain that too. I know we're not there yet, but I think you'll see what I mean once you actually see it, because you can definitely tell that she has more decorations than anywhere else. So we're just working on the kitchen, and I end up changing it. I put the whole kitchen against that back wall, and then add a little tiny island with a few bar stools as well. And as far as packs goes for this build, I definitely didn't limit myself. I haven't been limiting myself at all, but so I am in Sims 4 Tray Importer, and I can see what packs are used. So we do have base game, obviously. We have something from Perfect Patio, the chairs that end up outside, I believe. We have Nifty Knitting, Jungle Adventure, Parenthood, Get Together, City Living, Seasons, and Pets. Pets, obviously, because they do have a cat, and some Eco Lifestyle as well. So I think that the Sims 4 Tray Importer might be a little glitchy there, because it says that I have, it shows me packs that I have stuff from, but it definitely doesn't show all of them, because I do end up putting rocking chairs on the porch, and I use lots of Eco Lifestyle stuff here as well, and it didn't show up for any of those, so that's kind of frustrating, but I'll try to point things out as we go. Right now we're looking pretty base game, and then that bed is Eco Lifestyle. I end up using the shower from Jungle Adventure. Right now we have a base game shower, but what I do when I build houses with budgets, I tend to get out just like the basics, all the fridge, the stove, the bed, all the bathroom things, you know, and then from there is when I start upgrading things. I make the house look pretty, and then after I make the house look at least a little bit prettier, that's when I start to go around and upgrade appliances and things like that. I was actually really surprised that I liked how this house turned out. Oftentimes, I feel like when you have a house with a smaller budget, it ends up looking like cheap or just kind of unfinished or whatever, but I feel like I did a pretty good job at making this look finished and well done, and I think it's really cute, honestly. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and if you do want to download this house, it's on the gallery under the hashtag KittyCatPWY, or my origin ID, which is KittyCatPWYarn, or you could wait probably a few years and download my whole entire save, but that's probably not the route that I would recommend. I also just want to apologize real quick if you guys hear any background noise in any of my videos from now on, because as some of you may know, I did just move, and there are more people here than what I was living with before, so hopefully it won't affect my video output too much, but it might a little bit. We might see a little bit of a dip, but I'm really crossing my fingers that it won't affect it too bad. And actually, on the topic of things that may or may not affect my video output, I did just get a new job. I start in 2 weeks, which is a little concerning. I'm really worried about anything affecting my video output, especially after I've just come back from the hiatus, dealing with my grandmother and all that. So I'm really hoping that this won't bug me too much, but this is a work from home job, so I'm a little concerned that it's going to put too much strain on me and I'm not going to want to be on the computer as much, but I guess that's a bridge that we'll have to cross once we get to it, if we get to it at all. And like I said, I'm really hoping we won't, but knowing me and my habits and my depression and all those things, we might have to cross that at some point, which is really concerning, but like I said, hopefully not. I know I've repeated myself like 3 times, that's what I do. And now we're just kind of putting flooring and wallpaper in because I hadn't done that yet, and I was at like, what does that say, like 12,000 simoleons? I was pretty low on simoleons, so I wanted to get that done because obviously we want some decoration, even if it is just wall coloring and flooring. So back to talking about the build, we are moving into Dad's room, and I want to say he ended up with 2 side tables, but I feel like I might have only given him 1 in the end because I was trying to save money at this point. I was very concerned that I was going to run out quickly, and I didn't, but I was still super worried about it. So you'll see me go into debug soon, I believe. Well, I've already unlocked it, but... Oh, I forgot I gave him a computer! Wow, okay. So this house has more than I thought it did. I completely forgot that I gave him a computer. I thought there was, like, nothing to do. And I did give her a scout board and a diary, because I feel like, you know, every child needs to release emotions, and that was kind of how I imagined him thinking too. And so I didn't notice this at the time, but the radio that I just moved off the table was floating because I had move objects on. So I did end up moving that before I shared this back to the gallery, so don't worry about that. But if you're here to point out in the comments that it's floating, I am well aware. And at this point we were under 10k already, and I was getting a little worried, but not too bad because we already had pretty much everything I wanted. I did want some more decor, so I went around and did that, and then I go and I start upgrading, well, not start upgrading, but I guess I kind of improve the appliances that we have, just so when you get this house it's not complete trash. It's not the best quality appliances, but it's not absolute garbage, and it won't break every single use. So I don't quite know what we're doing here. I think, So on the front porch, I had no idea what to put out here because the space was just so weird. So I just put those 2 rocking chairs and a bike because I was like, yeah, sure, Dad bikes to work because he doesn't have a car, even though we just don't have cars in The Sims 4. But, you know, that's how it goes sometimes. And trust me, I am definitely not a huge fan of pushing for cars because I frankly just don't care. I don't think cars would be a good asset in The Sims 4 anyway, since it's not open world. But that's just my take on it, and you can disagree with me if you want to. But that's how I feel. And we're fiddling with some rugs and stuff for more decor. I don't know if I like the rug choice I ended up going with in his bedroom, but that's where we ended up, so that's what it is, and I don't know what else to tell you. We're just putting some posters and decorations up in her room, and then I believe we're going to move to landscaping, and I used pretty much only debug and show live edit objects for landscaping, mostly because it's free. I had enough money left, but I didn't want it to be more expensive than it already was, because ideally you would be able to buy this house like very quickly. I know you wouldn't be able to buy it right off the bat because I believe with starting funds, I believe starting funds for 3 Sims, because it's the dad, the daughter, and the cat, I think that might be 26,000 simoleons, so you might have enough. But if not, if I am wrong, which there's a very good chance that I am, you would be able to buy it pretty quickly anyway, just after like a few days of work, hopefully. And yeah, so we are just going around upgrading appliances, adding some extra decor everywhere, and now I believe is when we're going to move on to landscaping after I put some details on the outside, because I love these and they're like pretty cheap, so I definitely needed to add them for a little bit of extra detail. But now we're about to move on to some landscaping and then screenshots. So with all that being said, I think I am going to cut off right here and I'll let you enjoy the music. But I will see you all in the next video. Bye, friends. I hope you guys are having a perfect afternoon, evening, or whatever, wherever you are in your neck of the world. And be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to become a paw parent because I post new videos all the time. And I will see you all in the next video.